They say that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. If that's the case, then I guess Blue microphones must be very flattered. Hey everybody, it's Chris from Family Geekery, and today we're going to be doing a quick review on this Bigfoot, which is a USB condenser microphone made by Behringer. And as you can tell by both the design and by the name itself, it's basically a clone of the Blue microphone Yeti, the very, very famous Blue Yeti microphone that's used a lot. So we're going to take a quick review of this, and unfortunately not quick enough, and I'll get to that comment in just a minute. But let's go ahead and check this thing out. So the first thing I'm going to mention is this right here is just an empty box. And that's because I'm talking into the Bigfoot right now. So I'm using it instead of what I usually use. I usually use, for most of my videos, this Hypercast, which plugs right into the iPad Pro that I'm recording with. So right now I'm talking into a USB microphone plugged into the USB-C port of my iPad Pro. And so the first comment is, this works right out of the box. I've tested out some microphones that do not plug into an iPad, which is fine because that's not what they're designed to do. They're designed to plug into a computer or laptop. But that's a nice little bonus. So I'm talking into it right now. So as far as audio test goes, go ahead and listen to my sexy voice right now, and you'll hear what it sounds like. And then the second thing I'll address is my comment about this review not being quick enough. And basically what I mean by that is this is not the newest microphone out on the market. It's been out for quite a while, but it just happened to pop up on Amazon for like $27. So I went ahead and jumped on it and grabbed one to test out and to use around here for various different projects. And unfortunately it's not $27 anymore, but if it popped up once, it might pop up again. So if you're interested in something like this, go ahead and check it out on Amazon and see if it's still on sale, or put a little reminder on there to check it out and see when it goes on sale. Alright, in order to get the microphone out in front of me, out in front of the camera, I've actually swapped out right now and I'm plugged into this guy, the Blue Yeti. So that's what I'm talking into right now if you want a voice comparison between the two. So we can take a look at this right here. So looking at the product itself, the first thing I'll mention is I was quite surprised when it came in the mail. Now I knew this was supposed to be a Yeti clone, but when it came in the mail, I was surprised about the size of the box. And this is much bigger than what the picture looks like on their product page or on the Amazon advertisement page. So it is very similar in size to the Yeti. And it looks kind of silly like this, having that big stand. But I guess they showed it in pictures like this. I don't know if you would travel with it or something and want to fold it underneath. And to be honest, the Yeti does the same thing, but I've never ever done that before. I've never packed it up like that. It's always stayed like this. So it looks a little weird, but it's like I said, it's a clone in all manners. So let's look at some of the features on the device itself. Of course, on the front, we've got the volume knob and a mute knob, or a mute button. So it's nice to have a mute button right in front, depending on what you're using this for. But it does have two colors on there. It's green when it's not muted, and then it's red when it's muted. So that's pretty nice. I think the Yeti that I'm talking into right now is red right now when it's not muted, and it's red flashing when it is muted. So that can be a little confusing sometimes. Sometimes I see it plugged in and I see that red light and I figure it's muted, but it's really not. So let's spin this thing around. And just like the Yeti, it's got a gain knob here and then a pattern selector knob. Same patterns, we got stereo, omnidirectional, cardioid, and then figure 8. So no surprise on the different patterns. For this type of microphone, I would guess the majority of people would be using this, for podcasting or for gaming. So you're probably going to want that cardioid pattern on there. But if you did put it into the middle of a table for like an interview, then sure, use either the figure 8 or the omnidirectional. Alright, and the stand itself, all metal, and very nice heavy weight to the bottom. So that's a good thing and a bad thing. It's not going to fall over, but at the same time, it's going to take any kind of tapping that you do on the table, and it's going to bring it straight up into the microphone itself. But it does have on the bottom here, it's got a microphone stand adapter that can use either the 5/8 or the 3/8 inch. So basically, if you've got a microphone stand that looks like either this, that has that kind of threads, or this, it'll take it. So you can just back this converter out, use your 5/8, or you can leave it in and use your 3/8. So you can put this on a boom, you can put it on a shock absorber, and it'll take away some of the noise you have from your desk or from your keyboard. Alright, also looking down there at the bottom again, you can see the input is a USB Mini B, which is a little dated. I wish it was a USB-C, but a lot of these have already used this type, and it came with a sufficiently long cable, so that's nice, and it's a decent quality USB cable too. USB Mini cables are getting a little hard to find. You know, you can still find them on Amazon, no problem, but it's not like you got 1,000 of them sitting around the house. If you've got any kind of modern phone or tablet, you probably have plenty of USB-C cables sitting around the house. So if you needed a second one, or if you need to replace this one, then you're probably going to have to order it. Also on the bottom is going to be the 3.5 millimeter headphone input, so you can plug your headphones in there and direct monitor it without any latency. So that's very nice. And like I said, it's every single port and every single knob is exactly the same as the Blue Yeti. So originally I was going to do a bunch of voice tests and compare this up against a couple other USB condenser microphones in the same price range. But to be honest, after doing a little bit of testing, they all basically sound very similar. Like similar enough that in this price range, any one of them is going to be pretty darn close to the others. So that being said, if you are looking for a microphone like this, and you can catch this thing on sale for $27, then it is an absolute bargain. At the current price, if it's in the $80 to $90 range on Amazon, up against the Blue Yeti, which is also in the $89 to $100 range, then it's kind of a toss-up. I guess I'd probably go with the original, go with the Blue Yeti instead. But if you can find this thing on sale, it's a great product, and it sounds fine. And if you can get away with ignoring the ethics of Behringer basically copying other products, which they've done before, then go ahead and grab one. It's a great deal. So that's going to wrap it up for this video. This is basically a two-part video. Half of it is a product review, and half of it is a public service announcement to let you know to keep an eye out for this as it goes on sale. So hopefully it was helpful to you. Hopefully you got something out of it. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button. That helps out the channel a lot. And if you like this type of content and you want to see more reviews on stuff like this, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thanks as always for watching, and until next time, peace out and geek out.